I made 3 games in 2 hours each game with its very own idea, completely finished and playable. Hi, my name is Yannick Brün, aka Caveprogger, and in this game devlog I'm going to show you how you can make cool games in only 2 hours. 2-hour game jams allow you to try out simple gameplay ideas and mechanics that you would normally not have the time for. But of course, you need to follow some rules to get the most out of these 2 hours and to even be able to finish a game in such a short time frame. So let's take a look at my games and see how I made them. My first game is Tree Planter. It's a simple game in which you have to shoot trees at planet Earth to plant them. Each tree that you plant counts as 1 point, but if you hit an already planted tree, you lose the game and destroy Earth in the process. Good job. My second game is Gnome Guesser. In this game you have to memorize the color of each gnome on the screen. After a countdown, all gnomes become grey and you have to recolor them into their original colors. This game is fantastic, great idea, wonderful sprite work. Nice. And my third game is Gnome Jumper. This is my favorite out of the 3 games because Gnome Jumper is a game where you have to shoot a gnome into the air and get as far up as you can. You have to shoot him from slingshot to slingshot in order to not fall and lose the game, and it's very difficult but also super addictive. I really like this idea and I will make a bigger game out of this prototype, so this was really worth making. I know these games are not exactly what you would release on Steam, but they are fun to play and serve as nice prototypes. So if you want to turn your 2-hour project into a full game with better graphics and more gameplay mechanics, you can do that. 2 hours very well spent. Now let me tell you how you can get the best possible results in a 2-hour game jam. Watch the following tips in the exact order as I put them and take notes because I will give you some very valuable advice for this challenge. And don't forget to subscribe to not miss my future game dev videos. Okay, first off, before you start your timer, before you create a new project and start working on your game, have some basic idea of what you want to make. Brainstorm some very simple game ideas, and it's important to keep these ideas as simple as possible and to not think about story or visuals at this point. Just think about the gameplay. When you only have 2 hours to make your game, that's all you should focus on. You don't want to end up with an unplayable mess or some sort of story idea for an imaginary game that nobody cares about. When the timer runs out, you want to have a basic game with a simple game loop that you can share with your friends and play around with. So focus on the gameplay idea and keep it simple. Next, it's important to not waste too much time on the visuals for your game. You want to try out a gameplay idea. Wasting a full hour on visuals would leave you with only 1 hour for the programming. That is not enough time in most cases. In my game Tree Planter, I only made 2 sprites, one for the trees and one for the planet. So I only made art for the necessary things. For my game Gnome Jumper, I only made 1 single sprite for the player. The rest of the visuals were drawn with code. So in a 2-hour game jam, only make art for the necessary things. Okay, let's talk about the coding. If you really want to get some good results in only 2 hours, you should use a easy to use game engine like Godot, GameMaker or Unity. I used GameMaker for my 3 games, but it really doesn't matter what engine you use as long as you know how to use it. When coding your game, feel free to reuse code from older projects to save some valuable time. I even encourage you to do that. Try to build a code library for all the things that you need in every game. You can reuse character controllers, dialogue systems, menu scripts and stuff like that. And it really saves you a lot of time, even in your real projects outside of this 2-hour challenge. I reuse my code all the time. In fact, I have a whole library of scripts that save me hundreds of hours when making games, and you should really do the same. For my 3 games that I made in this 2-hour challenge, I reused a high score script. So implementing the high score feature for my games was a matter of only 1 minute. Reuse your code, it makes you way more effective. A very important thing you have to keep in mind in order to get the most out of this 2-hour game jam idea is that you should not only do it once but multiple times. Some 2-hour jams won't get you the results that you hope for, but that's okay. With every jam that you do, you will become a better game developer. It's only 2 hours that you have to invest, but it's a huge learning every single time you do it. So try to do this once or twice a week and you will end up with better coding skills, a faster workflow and a lot of cool prototypes that you can use as a base for larger projects. Subscribe to this channel if you liked this video. I will make a lot more videos like this one, and if you want to be one of the first subscribers of this channel, subscribe now. It really helps me out a lot. Also, leave a like on this video and tell me in the comments if you want to try this challenge yourself. That's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.